Okay, great morning. Let's get some cards and see what the pointing is this morning. What is the topic of the morning? Well, we're exactly 1 month away from inauguration. The countdown is on. And Trump is getting more desperate and crazier by the day. They really should implement Article 25 because he is not in his right mind. He's really abdicated doing anything as president. He's in Savior Hyde mode, and it's not going very well. Oh, mercy. Whatever will he do? No, you cannot have the military overthrow the election. Yes, he's actually that desperate. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay. So what we've got this morning, we've got dice. Roll the dice. The gamble. We've got the gamble. We've got the fates. And we've got Venus. Love. Okay. So today's pretty simple. No matter how we throw the dice, whether we win or lose, we're going to learn something, something from the fates. Whatever the stars have in alignment for us, it is there for us to have some experience and to learn. Sometimes students will come to me and, what should I do? What should I do? And I say, don't look at me to tell you what to do. You have to make your own choices, okay? You're the one that has to live with the consequences of your actions, not me. So don't ask me what to do. But it doesn't matter whatever we roll the dice. The universe has got the best for us, and you will learn something. Whether it's a hard lesson or whether it's something that's comfy, cushy, we get both of those experiences in this plane of existence. And no matter what it is, it's a learning experience, okay? Now, a lot of us will go in your spiritual walk, you'll be under organizations or teachers or something that you, like, okay, I'll just use like myself again, as I often do. I got something from every teacher I was around, every organization, although some of them, I didn't agree with and had to, and decided to leave. But I never disrespected them, because I did learn something, whether it's a positive or whether it's something that you say, this is not where I want to be. This is not the place to be, okay? So respect whatever you're getting from the universe. A lot of us go through hardship, we go through abuse, we go through all of these things, but we do learn something from it. And again, I use my own life as an example. I went through, being molested as a child, and I've gone through rapes, I've gone through kidnapping, I've gone through all of those things. And the thing that I learned from it was that you have to develop compassion, and it's only when you release someone else that you are released, okay? In this case, I saw that they were living in a hell realm. Someone that's driven to do those types of things lives in a hell realm mind. Can you imagine being driven to be a pedophile or something? And usually pedophiles were abused as children as well, okay? And they're driven to do these things. And so, you develop that compassion because you understand that they are driven, okay? And so when I saw that these people are driven to do these things, and I had a chance to get out of it, and these things were no longer happening. Yes, they were events. Rape was an event. Kidnapping was an event. All of these things were events, but that passed. So if this stuff is still coming up in the mind and replaying and replaying and replaying, then I'm victimizing myself at this time, okay? And I said, well, that's pretty stupid to keep re-victimizing myself. It was enough going through it once, let alone replaying that tape, okay? So once I saw that, these people were in a hell realm, they're already in a hell realm, and they will leave the form and be pulled to be with others of like consciousness, like mine, and that is a hell realm. And I had a chance to get out of it, okay? So that developed that compassion, and once it developed that compassion, it released all of the rest of this drama that I had been replaying and replaying and replaying, okay? So, we take a gamble, we throw the dice, and we hope for the best, but whatever the number is that's coming up at the time, this too will pass, okay? And we just deal with what's there as it's there and continue to be moving forward. I think that we learn the most lessons from the biggest hardships that we've endured, okay? We find out we have more strength than we do, and, we contemplate these things, and actually they can be doorways for freedom, such as, like I said, my own thing. In this lifetime, I went through a number of rapes, and I was going, was I some mass rapist? What the hell? Why is this happening? Because it's not pleasant. You have somebody wake you up with a knife to your throat in your bed. And it's traumatizing. You get kidnapped. It's traumatizing, okay? And you're wondering, what the heck is going on? And but what I saw that had happened was, like I said, my last life I didn't make it through, and this was a vision that came, that the last life there was a monk, and they talked to me about doing this ceremony, and I thought, oh, that's great, very symbolic, but it became very real. It was a chode ceremony. Now, I didn't know anything about chode in this lifetime. I just saw myself in that lifetime as a monk and doing this ceremony where you invite the hungry ghosts to feed on your flesh. Well, it became very real. I could feel these things tearing at my flesh, and I went crazy. I really went crazy in the last lifetime. did not make it through because I didn't know how to challenge it as illusion. Okay, so it became very real and I lost my mind. So then when I saw and really stopped to look at all these things that were happening in this lifetime, it's like the Toad ceremony. It's like a continuation. Well, I couldn't deal with it on the etheric level, so this time we're going to make it very point blank, in your face, guttural, you know. And I saw that it was a continuation of that. So this developed the compassion in this lifetime and was able to walk through that doorway. So sometimes these things that come on us and we think that they're, oh my God, what's happened? Why am I going through this? You know, and if we ask sincerely, sometimes this will be revealed as to what's going on. When it was time that would help me to know that, the universe provided the answer for there, okay? So yeah, you know, again, we go through a lot of different things, and they're all here to help us to progress in one way or another, okay? So I hope this has helped someone out there that on their own journey. You know, the journey, people think if I, you know, decide I'm going to follow the spiritual path, that everything's going to be made so easy. I'm going to follow the yellow brick road, and then God's going to be like a big Santa Claus, you know, and I'm going to get everything I want. No. That's not the way it works. So anyway, yeah, if you're on a spiritual path, the beginning of the path is really, you know, easy, and you get all the blissful stuff, but then the things become harder. The harder lessons come, and you know, we learn, we go through, we step by step, okay? Now, yesterday I saw, you know, they had out the movie, The Secret. Whatever you imagine is going to just come. Well, yeah, right, yeah, just imagine it's just going to show up at your doorstep. Okay. So they finally put out the second movie. Beyond the Secret. And what it was, you know, well, no, if you want something, then you have to take action. You can't just imagine it's going to show up. You have to work toward it. So the whole thing at the end of The Secret, when you get beyond the secret, was believe in yourself. Don't take no for an answer. Continue to go forward. That's it. It wasn't you're going to imagine something and it's going to magically take place. No, you have to actually do the work. Imagine that. You have to actually do the work and put some effort into it. But you know, it's the same thing with the spiritual path. You walk it and you get to these really hard things, and then maybe you question it. Am I on the wrong path? Am I doing the right thing? You know, why is it so hard? There's something wrong. Nothing's happening. I'm treading water. Well, no, we get to plateaus. That's normal. Things are going under the surface all the time. It's like the swan. They look like they're just going like this, and underneath the water, they're paddling like crazy. Okay, but you don't see that. All this all this paddling that's going under the water. All you see is this nice, smooth looking thing. It's kind of like that. You know, you may seem like you're going nowhere for a time, but things are working under the surface. Okay? You don't see somebody actually growing, but they grow. If you watch somebody and you watch a baby, you don't actually see them growing, but changes are taking place, you know, daily. Okay? So again, you know, things may not always be readily apparent. You have to actually stop and look and contemplate. And then, you know, all of a sudden it will click like a light bulb. And you get some understanding, you get some awareness. Then you put that into motion and you go again. And the next segment, okay, you're going along and eventually a light bulb goes off, okay? It's that way the whole way up to realization. You know, just before realization, it still seems like you're on that same grind wheel and it's just like it's never going to end. And then all of a sudden, you know, you hit that tipping point and everything is changed in an instant. So you can't give up. You can't give up. You have to keep going forward through the difficult times, step by step by step, and you will make it to that door and be willing to walk through that door. That's the next thing. You got to be willing to walk through that door, and it can be terrifying, okay? It's not always easy to walk through that door. It takes fortitude and courage and willingness to trust the universe, okay? But you can do it, okay? We're all on this journey, and, you know, Lord only knows what the next segment is, because I don't. I can't say that I know what the next thing is after this point of existence, but, you know, assuredly, I'll find out. So anyway, we keep going step by step by step. So hopefully this has helped somebody in their own journey. Much love and light. Don't forget to mask up, and I'll see you online.